A warm welcome to MadeToGrow's videocast, where we meet exciting people with stories and mindsets that I think can inspire everyone, no matter where we are in life. My aim is that you, as a listener, get an insight into the genuine aspects of how we humans are motivated and developed, and how we master life and career and deal with those big and small challenges. My name is Sissel and I founded MadeToGrow based on my huge passion for developing potential in ourselves and others. And I believe that when we feel we can use our potential, we feel better about ourselves and we can be a greater resource for others. And today I have the pleasure of having you, Dino Serrao, as my guest. And you are really a special guest for me. We met via a network we both are in. I reached out based on the amazing work you and your partner Vanita are doing to see if this crazy idea, my dream of traveling the world to explore different ways, people and cultures, inspires development of human potential. So we met and found, I think, at least for me, an immediate connection, because not only do you have this great positive energy, but you are so much aligned in your purpose related to inspiring people to develop their potential. So I think we have something in common evolving around the purpose we both have this passion for. And I love your purpose, which is to show ordinary people extraordinary beauty. And through our work, or your work, I know that you touch so many people and also manage to have a huge positive impact. So now we have been planning for months this trip and this huge dream, and we are starting our journey together. I'm so excited, Dino. So I look so much forward to this conversation, to get to know you even better and to let the listeners learn more about you, your mission and your passion. So a warm welcome.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me today. Actually, I'm look, as you say, the same feeling here. Very excited to do this journey together. As you say, yes, I can say that feelings and missions and principle and also values they match really a lot. So that's why I say yes, why not? Let's do this. Let's see what we can come up with, and let's go together in this journey. So I really hope I can be helpful as well, while I will pursue my mission, of course. So, and to be an inspiration for you and for so many others. So, absolutely grateful to be here. So,
That's amazing. And I know you travel a lot, so the journey we are embarking on is not the first one. I know right now, because I think it's so nice for the listeners to know where you are, because you have this really traditional background. So first of all, where are you right now, Dino?
so currently I am based in this Arctic Circle, in some islands in the Arctic Circle, which is the northern Norway, Lofoten Islands. Amazing place, beautiful place, great scenarios here. I like to surround myself of nature and small towns. I usually like to stay in small towns where there's a little bit more peace. As I am used to be always, when I also travel the world, in the middle of crowded places, the chaos. So when I go back to my base, I try to be in a place where it's more a little bit more quiet. So yeah.
That's really, really nice. And I'm so happy that you are also sometimes stopping by Norway and charging your batteries and finding new energies for all the cool projects that you are doing. So, but first of all, please share with me and the listeners some from your story. You have quite a unique story, like your journey from where you was born, grew up, your career, and what took you to this choice of doing the amazing work you are doing and to live where you are living. So bring it on. Give us some from your story, Dino.
Okay, long story short, I'll
Yeah,
try
I
to
guess.
include as many details as I can. I was born in Italy, the south of Italy, in the region of Calabria, in a very small town. And then I moved to Rome for study and to do some experience with photography, and there is actually where I started to understand that photography was um, sort of my an hobby, but then became like a passion as well. Mainly focused on people, people, the faces and expressions and so on. And then been there for like 7 or 8 years, and then I decided to move on and discover new places. So challenge myself as well. So I moved to Australia, where I actually I was dreaming of this Australia with my photography skills and everything, but not always life goes as planned. But doesn't matter. Let's make the best out of it, whatever comes anyway. And with a positive mindset, even though I couldn't find much on photography field, I I actually found myself working in hospitality because I didn't have much money in my pocket. So I have to find a way to survive. So I started as a dishwasher uh, in a restaurant, and then my stubborn mindset to keep going and do something out of it lead me slowly going forward, very fast forward, to become the general manager of three very big restaurants in Sydney, with a lot of employees under me, making an incredible team, of course. But then I still had this passion inside me, burning every day, and telling me that actually that is not what I was meant to be, not a restaurant manager or work in a restaurant. So I always had this Dino, photographer and passionate of entertainment, people, creativity still inside there in that little corner waiting to come out someday. So I heard this voice one day, and this is what happened. I decided to quit what I was doing, uh, like pretty quick, actually, without thinking too much, and taking this risk, but also this leap of faith in myself and in what I believe was the right things to do. And I started this project in Australia. So I throw myself out on the street of Sydney and started with a little camera, started to take pictures of people, and this friend of mine recording everything I was doing.
Wow.
So it was quite interesting. Also because my friend at the beginning was like, I don't understand what are you doing? But you know what? This sounds much fun. So I want to see literally what you coming up and what you coming up with. So let's do this. And this then had a process, slowly grew a lot and a lot. And today here we are. And yeah, and I'm in Norway now, so based in Norway. Also because once I saw the this project was going pretty good, I didn't want to stop myself just in Australia, which is of course part of my heart as well. And one day I hope to go back there as well. But I was like, I have to bring these projects, this project out there in the world, in as many places I can. So I started with Norway, and I actually felt in love with this place. So from now we are here, and traveling the world, but always coming back home here in Norway.
Wow, and that's amazing because people like for me, Norway is also a really, really great country to live in. Feels like all the nature, the stability, the safety feeling you get by being here. So it's an honor to have you here and that you choose Norway to call your home, even though I know that your heart is belonging to many countries and many
Yeah.
places, and you are such an amazing people person. So I think like wherever you go, you manage to have this unique ability to connect with people. So where does that come from? Like how do you manage to like seeing this beauty in people and connecting with people in this like super humble and warm and positive way?
Well, so I would say that first of all, my creative mindset and creative life. I believe this actually comes. Usually say they say an apple doesn't really fell very far from its tree. That's actually true. I found out a few years ago that my father was an artist. When he was young, he was a painter and everything. So I believe also my creative part comes from from my family, so from my father probably. But also adding to this, the fact that I've been working a lot, also in the hospitality field and dealing with a lot of people, a lot of customers, clients, and dealing with them, doing public relations. These actually taught me a lot and inspired me a lot because I was looking at also in my life, not only during the hospitality, but when I was doing photography, cinematography and photography, I was studying in Rome. Um, I for some reason I found interesting looking and analyzing people, how they do things, how they react, their expressions and all these things, and somehow it touched me a lot. And also in the hospitality, of course, when I was working with people and serving them as well, I was looking the way they react, the way they deal. I don't know. There were so many moments that I was like, I would love to capture those moments. So I had so many people, for example, sitting on the table, and there's the people that they are happy and doing something. There's people that they are coming and eat by themselves and maybe staring at something and thinking about something. There are some people that they wanted to share story with me. So all these moments were like creating these imaginary in my head, and so this is probably it was like look at how many people I meet, and many of them they have something in common, and who knows the experience they have on the back, and why they are the way they are today. So I would love to discover more and more. And then the uniqueness that each one of them they had, no matter what. So these things was like I would really love to capture those moments and to capture them, their essence, but with the skills that I have. So what I like is photography. So I started to connect the dots. How cool would be if I meet these people, random people, and when I see something in them, I just approach them and take a picture of them and show them how beautiful they are, and then see their reaction. So all these things together basically led me to do what I'm doing together. to what I'm doing today.
That's
And so,
it's
yeah.
really it's so amazing, and what you have managed to build up, and so many people following you. For those who don't know Dino yet, I know, like, when I talk with people about you and your work, and I say, oh, you have to go to Instagram or TikTok and look at some of the videos and the photos, and they're like, oh, this is amazing, and oh, I think I've seen it before. So I think you're quite famous already in Norway, at least, and I know also many other places. So it's really, really true that your work is touching people. And for me, like, I'm having goosebumps when I talk about how this is impacting both the people you meet and take the photography of, and the video, the recording, like the background story that you and Anita do together and share in the social media platforms. And like the stories, what this does to the people you meet, and also people who see this on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. So maybe you have some stories to share, because I think the purpose, the essence of your work is the true beauty, like your
Uh,
why for all of this.
so the thing is this, I strongly believe that I know still today people tends to forget the somehow they have a great value, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, no matter what they're doing. Um, their story, what makes people beautiful is not just the external aspect, but also their background, their story, their mindset. My purpose has been, of course, it slowly improved and evolved as well. The message behind and everything, because it's not just about photography. The photography is the tool that I'm using to send this message. Um, but I can notice there's something in common in all the people that they watch my videos and they see what I do. It's everyone have this common message, which is, oh, I would love to sit down with that person and learn a little bit more about their story. So that means that there's so much people are so much eager to listen to other people's story, or eventually share their story, and this is what it's about. The thing is that most ordinary person in this world, the story of this person can be an inspiration for hundreds and thousands out there, because believe it or not, um, we have so many things in common, each one of us, that literally can motivate or can inspire so many others out there. Um so this is what I learned, and this is what it's all about, is sharing stories, sharing moments, and connecting cultures around the world, because of course each country has their own way of approaching, way of living, way of thinking, way of dealing in relationship and all these things, and learn all together how we can be connected. And this is really, really important. This will make people more comfortable and will to grow also their self-esteem in doing things, no matter what they want to do. So I don't want just I don't want just to inspire, motivate in do photography, but in do something bigger than what we are doing every day. So this is basically there's so many things actually, but
Yeah.
this is one of the core
Yeah.
motivation.
So from what I hear and from what I see from your work, I think the fundamental need of feeling valuable
Mm-hmm.
as a human
Yes.
being,
Yes.
I think regardless of where you come from, how you grew up, your culture, your traditions,
Tradition. Yeah.
yeah, I think the desire and the need for feeling valuable is the most important. And one of my good friends said once, a thing I think is super, super nice. It's an easy tool to use. He said, in the forehead of every person you meet, it is written 4 letters. It's an M for make, an M again for me, F for feel, and I for important. Make me feel important.
That's amazing. I love it.
And if we meet every people, if we can, with that intention, I think the conversations and how we also can look for people's potential and help them even see their own potential and their own value. So for me, that's a super easy thing to remember and bring into all people meetings and leaders, teachers, parents, friends, partners. I think that goes for all of us. So, and I think that's the core essence in what you actually manage to do with those people and how you touch them.
Absolutely. Yes. Totally agree. I promise.
So, but how did you come to find your purpose? Because I talk a lot about having this life mission or a purpose. Because for me, that's a guiding star to find my direction, to dare to follow my dreams. It helps me stay robust and resilient when I face challenges, etc. So many people ask me, how do I find my purpose? Because I don't feel like I haven't found it yet. How do I find my purpose? How did you find yours, Dino?
I believe this is something that I think people should stop 1 second in their life or during their day and think about something. The things you are passionate about are probably 90% of the time are probably your calling. So if you're passionate about something, I believe you should or you should at least try to pursue those things. So, and those things, those passions, then automatically, slowly, will show your purpose. As in my, for example, in my situation, as I said before as well, I started to look at people. I started to talk with people. I started to listen to them. I started to learn from them. I started this public relation so many times with people that it's kind of and I love to when people are talking to me, even if they're not talking to me, looking at them and see how they react to things in life. For me, that was it was like lovely to look and to watch, and at the same time I wanted to capture those things. And when I understand that every time I was meeting someone before doing my project, okay, I was meeting someone and talking with this person and say, listen, how about we meet one day and we do some photography together and I capture you and all these things, you know. And that person was happy to do this. And then suddenly I felt that everything I was doing during the day, the only things that really fulfill me was spending some time with that person, friend, or a colleague or family member, and doing during this day something creative with the photography, of course, and then going back home, starting to edit, started to select the pictures and everything, and then show them what I did. Of course, this was all the concept of having a time together, sharing something about life, sharing something about some stories they had, some background, some experience and everything, and then taking the pictures of these people and then show them the picture and see also their reaction and be happy about everything. And when I was home and I was editing everything, that was like fulfilling my mind in a creative way, of course, and my heart as well. Of see my heart to see that I was contributing of giving something different and new in their I don't want to say ordinary because it can be extraordinary as well, but in this normal routine of life, something new that was fulfilling me. So automatically I was like, wait 1 second. It fulfills me a lot. It makes me very happy. It free my mind for all the problems I have during the day and all the things that probably I don't want to deal or I have to deal and so on. So completely, I mean, this beautiful dimension where I feel good and I feel safe and I feel grateful and thankful. So it must mean something, right? So that's it's something that I probably need to pursue and see where I ended up. So it's probably something that I believe people should do in their life. They should stop 1 second. In my opinion, you work with something, you work for a company, you work in a shop, you work in an office, okay, that's your job, okay, and maybe you're happy or not so much happy, but doesn't matter. But when you are back home, when you have those spare time, when you have those free days, Saturday and Sunday or whatever it is, just stop 1 second, see what really fulfills you, see what you really makes you happy, and try to make something out of that. It takes sometimes it takes practice as well, but I think that's the your calling.
Yeah.
That is your calling.
I totally agree. So, like, searching for what I love to do, what makes me feel this fulfillment is super great. And I think maybe another thing that might be a way of searching for it is to look at your own story and your own background. So I often say maybe the biggest problems are gifts from universe,
Yes.
because I think the journey we go in our lives, the obstacles, the challenges, the setbacks, the problems might be the part of the purpose, because we learn something, we grow, we have some realizations, and then we maybe might feel this urge to help other people go through similar things. So also look at your own story and shift your mindset to this was a problem, this was a trauma, this was horrible, I hope I will never have such problems again. Maybe see, what did I learn from it? How did I grow as a human being? How can I use that learning as part of my purpose and bring something good for other people? So those are different ways of finding it. So, or maybe even don't go searching that uh, um, consciously, maybe, but also be open and let's what is giving purpose for me? Like, what would like to be remembered for in a few years or in a couple of decades or even when I'm not here anymore? Like, what are the legacy I would like to leave? So asking such questions and see what comes up. Meeting people and opportunities can show up. So like being open-minded is also super important. But then you touch upon a super important thing, which is the mindset. And you know, I have this passion for growth mindset concept because it's so important, I think, for having the robustness and the resilience. Because even though if you find your purpose, it is not that easy for most people to just quit that job and just start and doing things from scratch, because that's really, really scary, right? And they
Yes.
feel they have financial responsibility, etc. So have this leap of faith, yes, but
Yeah.
how do you actually manage to do that decision? So like what's your secret here to actually daring to follow your dream?
Well, yeah, of course. It's not always easy. I understand. Well, okay. My to be honest with you, my mindset is the first things that comes in my mind is if someone did it, if they did it, why I could not. So, and and another thing is, I suggest people to think in this way. If I don't try, I will never know. This is another thing. Um, it's really important to, in my opinion, to make life count, whatever we do. So, um, uh, and have a vision, of course, have a vision. My mindset is also um, looking at others. So first of all is surround yourself, first things, of those people. They are positive, they don't drag your positive down, they don't put negativity around yourself. So even though you have good friends, good family and everything, I'm not saying don't talk to them anymore, but of course try to spend more time with those people that cheer up for you and that they give you some good advice. You feel when is an advice is good for you or not. First thing, surround yourself of those people that they eventually have also the same interest as well. So you can share things, you can get inspired, and you can be also an inspiration. And um, in my mindset as well is um, try to learn from others, try to practice as much as you can, fail as well, because failure is part of success. This is of course the most important things. And when you look at other people's, they're doing exactly what you would love to do, okay, and they're probably already successful. Don't look at them, don't stare at them like oh, but they're already there and I would never get to that point. Because it's like you're looking at someone else's garden growing and getting a lot of flowers, and you're not looking at your garden. That means, yes, look at the others as an inspiration, but always go back to your garden and look after your garden. Stay there, cultivate things, concentrate in your field, concentrate in your work, concentrate in those things. Don't let anything else distract you, no matter what. Even if people tell you that is not possible, it's gonna be too complicated, it might be difficult. I'm not saying it's not easy, but what I'm saying is when you start to do things for yourself and you start to love yourself and love what you're doing, the right people will come along in that path, and those people will also be with you in this process. So it's not easy, but you won't be alone in this process. I promise that. I promise. It took for me so much time. For example, one of my challenging part in this process was all the time find the right people that they could help me out to make these things. Of course, in life, you can achieve big tip of a mountain just by yourself. Okay, you will need support. All right, but if you start to do things yourself and the other people see how you confident you're getting in those things, those people will come along, and will support you in that. My challenge, for example, was all the time find someone that will help me to record the behind the scene. It wasn't easy, so for sometimes some days, even if I was full of energy to go out and do my mission and capture some people with my camera and everything, still I didn't have anyone to come and help me. But then slowly I found friends that believe in me, friends that believe in my project, other people that could help me out. And then slowly, look what, working hard and traveling, of course, and doing experience and meeting people, then I made my best half, which is in this case is Vanita, that she's today helping me, which is my girlfriend, and she's helping me to to grow with this business and grow with this project and so on. So this is really important. It's really important to meet people, to do things, to surround yourself of the right people, and between those people you'll see how you will connect. So
And the two of you are such a beautiful couple and partners and colleagues and boyfriend, girlfriend, like this amazing energy that you have. So every time we meet, which has been mostly up till now via the screen, but like always this amazing energy, and I always feel more enthusiastic, more engaged, more energy after we talk than before. So you have this way of sharing that great energy with the other people. So, and I sometimes ask, are you guys always this positive? Are like every day like a great day for you guys? Or do you ever
uh,
feel any obstacles? Like it seems like going over to those people on the street, say, hi, I'm Dino Serrao, I'm a photographer, and can I take a picture of you? Like, do you always have this success in small or big portions?
in my opinion, something that I would love to share is okay. I have to be honest with you. I know this sounds incredible, but between us, the most positive one, more positive than me, is Vanita. Vanita is, I promise, this is also why we should share our stories with others and have relationship with other people, because we have so much to learn, even from younger people, or all older, of course, but also younger. Vanita, of course, is younger than me, and I learn a lot from her. And she's probably learn. We are learning from each other, of course. But for example, she always teach me sometimes how to master my mindset in positivity, in something that maybe I'm not good at it. Maybe I panic a little bit or I think too much and so on. And she's the one that push me. So this is it's really important, because she has something that I don't have, and probably she doesn't have something that I have. So it's good. This is not just with couples. We're talking about friendship, relationship with cousins, brothers and sisters, and so on. So this is really, really important. um, uh, Sometimes there are some days where I don't I won't deny this. We are human beings, and it's okay to be like this. We have to think something. It's okay also to fail. It's okay to feel a bit how you say, a bit unsure about something. It's okay, but it's also okay to, as I say, to have someone there that can push you, because it's good. Sometimes a little push, it's always good. uh, Sometimes I'm not sure if I want to capture that person or what, and then I have maybe Vanita say, you know what? I understand maybe he is not the right person you were looking for or something, but what does it cost you anyway? So, and you never know what is gonna be the outcome. So let's try. So she's the one that pushes and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's try. You're right. Let's do this. And then something really cool come out of it. And maybe that person that I took pictures of, I'm not really super happy, let's say. Or let's say it wasn't really the pictures that I wanted to take of that person. But there is another part that we always tend to forget. I made someone else's day anyway. I impact that person in some way anyway. So even if when I go back home and I was like, yeah, these pictures are okay, they weren't really the one that I wanted to do, but yet, you know what? I left something good in that person. That person will remember that day, and you know what? I impact that person. So that's probably one of the best things I could do today, because actually is the first things that I think in the day is, how can I make someone else's day today? This is the first things, because I promise, sometimes the simplest words that you can tell someone, it might take 1 second for us, and it might cost nothing for us, but for that person will remember forever, and it will change everything. So yes, we are the thing is, we have a positive mindset. I always would say positive attract positivity. It's always like this, no matter what. And we have this positive mindset together. This positive mindset that, okay, maybe it's a gray day out there, but I believe if I think positive, something good will happen. 100%. Having a negative mindset, everything happens to us, we will always see the negative part, and we always need to switch it. So it's not always easy as well. We don't do during the day things in an easy way. It's challenging. It's can be complicated, but it doesn't matter, because what we think is, at the end of the day, as they say, a bad day is not just a bad day. It can be an incredible story to tell. So it's been a bad day, but can become an incredible story, and you can learn something out of it. So what happens is, out of that bad day, in the future will come up a positive thing, you know? So
And I know that you like when we see things on Facebook, people's lives, they share stories from work or from holidays or family or whatever, and we see this pretty picture. So like everything seems to be so wonderful with everyone else, and then we know our own weaknesses or shortcomings, or at least the ones we think we have. We might not even have all those we think we
yeah,
have. But then we compare those inside images of ourselves with the outside image we see from others when they share. And also from watching the things you guys are doing and sharing in social media, it seems so easy. Like every time you approach a person, they say, oh yeah, of course, I would like to have you take my picture. But I know it's maybe not that easy. And as you say, you have these tough days. You might not always get the best pictures, or maybe you have more no than you have yes. So it is a hard work you guys are doing.
yeah, it is actually. I know people. They This is another things. People tends to see the final result, but they usually don't think what is all behind. Maybe today I post a video and a story about me meeting a person. They say yes, and we took beautiful pictures. But maybe during the day I had probably 3 or 4 people telling me no, or being really really rude to me maybe. And that's another thing. Don't let anything push you down or pull you down or drag you down. Never. There is not the end of the world. Probably that person that said no to you is the one that is going to lose something, but you have to be confident that and I promise, I had in one day, I had one of the worst day I had. I went somewhere, without giving too many details now, but I went somewhere with, I had so many people telling me no, and I was like, what's wrong today, or what's wrong with me, or what's wrong with this place? But then that person, they say yes to me, it changed everything, and it was just amazing. So, and also there is a big work behind. There is difficulties as well. There is a hard work as well behind. But of course, those kind of works that even if it's hard, it fulfills you at the end. It leaves you very satisfied, because you know you're doing something for yourself, but at the same time you do something for someone else. So the fact of giving to someone else is the most fulfilled part ever. It's not always easy. It's not always easy. It's challenging, but then the outcome, of course, is the best part. People today, there is this audience today. I don't know if it's good or bad, but there's this new way of just scrolling and scrolling and having these 30 seconds, 60 seconds of watching something and putting a like and forget it. So that's why I also tend on my videos to give a little bit more of the backhand, of the behind the scene of what's going on and everything. That's why I'm also working on doing some longer episode to show actually to the people what happened during the day, what happened before meeting the person, what happened when we were approaching the person, if I lost a chance because of something or because of myself thinking too much, and then I lost the chance to do something. So there's so many things. Yes, people tends to look at the final result, but behind that final result of 60 seconds, there's so much happening and failing and making mistakes and learning every day. This is an infinite game. This is what people should learn as well. Once you pursue something, you have to pursue it, in my opinion, forever.
Yeah, and I think maybe give up too early because they see the successes and they underestimate the
Yeah.
actual work behind. So people give up too early. But also, I think many people don't even dare to start because they are afraid that they might not have the capacity or the abilities to fulfill it. So they never even start on their dream. But then giving them what you were saying, like you build those muscles, you grow that mindset, you build the robustness, you learn so much from failing and trying and get back up again. So, and that will take you to the next level of abilities to actually accomplish something that is important. So like bring it on, because you can follow your heart and then you can do amazing stuff. So, but I think you have touched upon so many times without actually saying the word maybe is the word relationship, because you are such a human, like a people person, really warm and kind and look for the beauty. And you talk so much about having people around you that gives you energy and supports you and cheer you up. So those people qualities, like I think people often have this kind of image that I might not be that good with people, or and I think the relationship skills are so important. What are some of your secret skills or ways of being that people person and relating and building those relationships in the way you do?
Okay, I mean, yes. So basically, I always the first things I like to do is to be polite with anyone I talk to. First of all, to be polite, and I like to also to, even though I'm still working on it, I have to be honest with you, but I like this fact of listening to people, listen what they have to say, listen also how they say things, without try to talk over the others, because then would lead people to think you're trying to impose your truth or your opinion over theirs. So to be, this is it's the most important things, because it's to be respected from the others. You should give respect and listen what people, and wait until they finish to talk. Speak with the people, talk with anyone, try to learn also how people think, why they say things in that way, and so on, without making them changing your mindset or something. Relationship with everyone, with any type of person, it's really, really important, because we'll let you also understand how you are in relationship with someone else. I think that's very, very, very important. So the communication is really, really important. Uh, I want to be honest with you. I used to be very pretty shy at the beginning. Uh, but then when I started to to talk with people and started to share how I think without having this doubt in my mind. Oh, but maybe if I say these things, maybe I will look stupid, or maybe they will think I'm not worthy enough, and all these things. That's wrong. It's wrong. I mean, what I'm saying is share what you think, share everything, and it doesn't always mean that what that person think about you is the perfect is the right thing, or what you think of that person. I mean, I don't know if it makes sense.
It
Um,
makes absolutely sense. And for me, like meeting you guys and the support you have shown, the respect you have shown for this project and the dream and the travel that we are embarking on together has been of tremendous value. And also now in the final weeks before we actually travel, days are crazy with all the stuff that we are doing and trying to put together the final plans and plane tickets and places to stay. And you have this all the time, both you and Anita, this calm and respectful and positive attitude, which really helps me because this is a huge and exciting project and I'm scared at the same time. But having you guys on my team and like doing this together means so, so much. So like that kind of relationship, and also making me feel comfortable traveling with you guys for all this time or these weeks.
that is
So
good.
so I'm super grateful for you having these relational skills, because that's tremendously valuable for us as well. And the second thing I was thinking, the last part you touched upon, is about how you feel about yourself, and which is about self-esteem and how I see my own worth. Do I dare to bring my perspectives and my opinions? Do I dare to be myself? And that self-relationship is so important as well for relationship with others. If I don't dare to bring my best self or my worst self, it will also impact my relationships, right?
Yes, totally right, totally right. It's not easy. I understand many people. Many things happens in the. This is my belief and my opinion for what I experience. Self-esteem. It's actually an important topic. Someone has a self-esteem, a base of self-esteem or not. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can say unfortunately, but everything starts from the first small core, which is the family. Family and also friends. We are constantly surrounded, especially when we are young. Uh, we take much of our parents and relatives as well. And when we grow, we might find ourselves in a different way as many others. So some people are very introverts. Some people are extrovert, but it's actually a mask, maybe, of how really shy they are, and they try to break that wall in that way. Self-esteem, it's something that you, in my opinion, it's important, because self-esteem, understanding that you are more valuable than what you think, and valuable and worthy to do things, these will open a lot of doors, and will open these also a lot of chances in life, with work, with people, with of course success as well. Um, I was actually once, as I said, I was very introvert. but then I started when I started to come out, and I started to go out from my comfort zone and try myself, try to how can I say, to practice myself with people and challenge myself, then I understand that actually things can switch and can become a little bit better in terms of in terms of dealing with everyday people, but then slowly dealing with anyone else over there, the CEO of a company, or I don't know. Also, when I went to in television, talking with the presenter and so on. When you start to practice first with the people, everyday people, but then you start to learn and to understand that you have so much value, no matter what people say, no matter what people think, that self-esteem starts to grow slowly, and you will understand how really important it is.
Yeah.
I know we can be naturally, someone can be shy and so on, but if you think about, okay, you're a shy person, right? Not only shy, but also you think that you're not worthy, you're not valuable enough. But when you start to see that there's some people in that little circle of your life that they like what you do, or they like how you do, and so on, and you apply those values, those principles that you have with a small circle outside with others, you will see, you will start to notice, and the self-esteem will grow and grow and grow. I promise. It's many things start to happen in your life.
I
So yeah.
absolutely totally agree, and I think when you combine um, going for your purpose and what fulfills you, and you work on your mindset, your thought patterns, and you choose to grow and learn and expand and go outside the comfort zone and practice the things you are not that comfortable in, and you then slowly, as you say, you will have smaller or bigger wins and successes, and through that you also build your self-esteem and your own self-worth. So
Yes,
we could go on forever
I
because
know.
it's so amazing to talk with you, and I look forward to having so much more time in the time to come. So my final topic I would like to just maybe close off with is, do you have any specific routines? Like, how do you ensure that you manage to bring the best of you as often as possible? Do you have any daily habits, or like, how do you manage to have this amazing energy and put yourself up?
Um, I can't deny that I'm always practicing more and more. I am still working on it, and shouldn't be any shame, because people think, oh, if Dino or someone like Dino got where it is because he's an expert of positive mindset, positive energy, healthy mindset, healthy body, healthy life, and so on. Absolutely not. I am still learning from many other people. I learn from others. I search. I try as well. I practice, and I don't deny that sometimes I miss the right routine, but that's okay. Um, I would say to anyone out there listening to us now is the first things in the morning when you wake up. First of all, the first thing you really should think. This is what I'm saying is, this tip is to have an healthy mindset and an healthy life and energy with good energy. The first energy comes from your mind, and they goes all over your body. So the first things when you wake up in the morning, when people wake up in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, is I open my eyes. Today I open my eyes, I'm breathing, I'm living, And this is one of the most important thing today. First. The second thing is I really avoid, as I work a lot with computers, cameras, phones, and so on. The first things is I don't really watch at my phone. I don't watch at my computer. I don't watch at my camera as well, even if she's my good company that helped me to do a lot of things. I just wake up and I look the surrounding out the window as much as I can. So the reality where I am. I drink a glass of water. I breathe and I stay at least half an hour to 1 hour without looking at uh, these called black mirrors, these screens. Because it's really important to receive the good energy from the surrounding, from this reality. I also try to do some good exercise, not much. Of course, I have to thank Vanita that support me and help me out in this. So find someone that supports you in this. If you can't do yourself, I need the motivation as well. So I do some exercise because the exercise will makes your body and your mindset ready for the day. So that's really, really important. As I say, I can't say I do constantly every day, but at least I try and I do my best. And then if I do a breakfast and something before, sometimes I don't do breakfast, but this is my personal thing. But then after slowly I go through what I have to do, my tasks. So try to have a goal for those days, small goals, small tasks to complete during the day, and do at least the 80%. And then another thing is to learn every day some small habits, even just 1%. 1% of doing in life, getting small habits, which is like do today 1%, and 1% today, 1% tomorrow, 1% the day after tomorrow. Imagine 1% in 365 days, how many percent is going to be. And that is going to be, like, it's going to make, they say that the motions, the emotions to doing those things will make you in motion. And it's actually true. It's so true. Sometimes when you don't feel like you don't want to do something, you just start to do that 1% and will make the motion for everything. So I would say, I don't know if I answered the question.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think it's so important because we build our lives based on those small steps every day and those habits. So it might sound boring for many, but I think being conscious about how I choose to start my day, how I choose to end my day, how I choose to pay attention to my energy, how I choose to pay attention to what I feed my eyes and my ears and my mouth, I think is so underestimated, and we are so programmed. And I think most of
Yeah.
us, we grab the phone the first thing we do in the morning and start to check what kind of messages came in or what's out there on TikTok, or maybe something new posting from Dino. So like being
Yeah,
conscious, making conscious choices, and as you
that's
say,
right.
you grow exponentially. So the final thing I would like to close off with, because I love books. I didn't like books when I was young.
Mm,
I didn't like even education and studying when I was young or younger, in high school and stuff. But I learned to love learning. So I
yeah.
read a lot of books now, or I listen to many podcasts or many
Hmm.
audiobooks. And early in this conversation, Dina, you said something about the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And
Yeah.
I just want to pick up on that, because that might be that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But I have this book tip. It's from Andrew Solomon, and the book
Hmm.
is called Far from the Tree.
Hmm.
And he tries to explain how we actually are not that dependent on the heritage or the upbringing, because we
Yeah.
can consciously choose a different path. Our parents' abilities or lack of abilities does not prevent us from being successful in something we would like. So we can choose differently. So yes, we might have different talents, different genes, different upbringings, but we still have a tremendous impact on our own lives and reality. So, and you are
Yes.
one of those people I really find so much inspiration in knowing and following, because you follow your heart and you realize your dreams, and I know that you touch so many people. So it's been really, really great to have you in this conversation, and
I love
I'm
that.
sure that the listeners really feel they have got some nice value from this. And if they haven't already, look up Dino Serrao and his amazing work together with Vanita. So
Thank you so much. That was just amazing. Looking forward to many adventures coming up.
absolutely, me too. So see you soon, and have an amazing day to you and Vanita and to all the listeners.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.